Hello. Welcome aboard, commuters. So, this is my first Saturday of the month. Hang on, let's wait for the camera. First Saturday of the month channel update with a preview for the month. Hang on. Sorry. Right. So, my preview for the month, and I'll end it with a live Q&A. So it's going to begin with the boring bits, which is the stats for the last month. And I'm really, really happy with them. Watch time is 14,642 minutes, which is up by about 2,000 from last month. Obviously, March is a slightly longer month than February, but I think the stats are proportionally higher. Views 4,139, up from 2,963. That's really, really, really good. New subs 42 compared to 64 last month. Now that number is down. However, I think that that's fair to say that last month there was quite a few promotions going on from other people that was helping my channel. But in any sense, if you just take, sorry, I'm just tangled up with wires. If you just take my new subs for this month at 42, that's brilliant. That's that's over one a day. So I'm doing something right. Interactions, I've actually forgotten to add the number up. So what I'm going to try and do is sneakily use the calculator while I talk. So sorry, 178 plus 5 plus 96. Right, so I had 279 interactions this month. And that comes in the format of 178 likes on my videos and 96 comments. Now, the comments are important to me because they're real live words that are helping me improve my channel. I have made changes to my videos based on comments that are made before. For example, people seem to enjoy... Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. People seem to enjoy the shout outs that I'm doing on the Route Master video. So that's something that I intend to pick up on my other videos, and I will continue. The only problem I can see on that is someone makes a comment, I then give them a shout out. The next video, they then comment, thank you for the shout out. Because they've then made a comment on the video, I then give a shout out. So then they probably end up shouting out the thank you for the shout out for the thank you. And do you see how it's going to go? But that's still fine. Let me just explain this camera. Over the last weekend, I redid my room. I put all these shelves in. So that brought with it new problems, such as to my right here is where the PC is. When I had the PC in front of me, I've now moved it back onto a shelf, and it now puts it so far back that I couldn't read it. So I've bought a new TV, which you can probably see in the background. Come up a little bit. There was the box. Anyway, the box is in the background. So yeah, so I've just had a comment from 6 Plus Stevo. I will respond in a moment, I promise you. So yeah, obviously things have changed. I can't use the internal camera on the laptop anymore because obviously that's pointing in the wrong direction. So I've had to use come on. I do like this camera, but it's it's getting used to it, isn't it? The camera I'm using right now is what used to be in my spray booth. I've ordered another camera. This does have a face follow feature. So if I go back, it kind of auto focuses. And when I change, I don't know what it's trying to focus on now. Anyway, So 96 comments, very, very happy with that. And that compares with, I'm adding up in my head now, 170, 183, 184. So there's a lot more interactions going on. There are more dislikes. I don't have an issue with dislikes, and I think there are reasons for those dislikes. But in any case, maybe it's because I've reached famous stage. All the great YouTubers, they have dislikes for no reason. I did have one video, actually, I think it was about 13 minutes long, and I had a dislike within 2 minutes. So maybe I've become a great YouTuber. So all in all, stats are really, really good. Yeah. Like I say, the camera that I've got, it's got this face follow. I don't know if it's got to get used to me. I don't use that camera that often in this format. This is me just doing my once a month video. So I'll do a quick shout to the comments. Hey Penny, how are you? Yeah, I'm wonderful. I've actually had a really bad day at work today. But what I found is that when I'm streaming, it really chills me out. I'm just feeling so good already. The stream's not gone as smooth as I want it to go, yet here I am. I'm feeling fantastic. So yeah, camera's high off the spray fumes, which is funny because I've not sprayed anything in ages. Right. So last month, lots of videos going out. I'm still not quite where I want my channel to be. I actually originally wanted 6 days a week content. I think I'm going to achieve 5 days a week content by the end of this month, and about halfway through next month it will be up to 6. I've actually got a problem in that I've got 2 types of videos that I can't quite jiggle them, so there may be some fine tuning. But let me give you a quick rundown, because I'm very OCD and I make plans. So tomorrow, hello, there we go. Right, so tomorrow I'm really excited because my first Harley Davidson video comes out. It's a new part work I've started. I've really started to enjoy my part works. So yeah, that one comes out. It's a little bit of a slow start. It's for a few issues. It's here's some parts, keep them safe. So I've got to. I mean, it's a new challenge for me. I'm doing part works. I'm building things. I can't work this camera out. I might have to take the face follow off. Up. There we go. So I've got to generate the interest from, here are some parts, there's no building, so interest, that came out really wrong then, didn't it? Here's some interest. So that's the new challenge for me. What also is new is on Monday, my channel's called Paint with Penny, and I've not painted anything. That changes on Monday. I had some skeletons, which I was trying experiments. I did want to release last week, but I didn't quite have the last video ready, and I wasn't sure. But I think I'm ready. So part 1 is going live on Monday. So that is very exciting. I'll give you a sneak preview of just the one, because I'm good to my live people. Where are we? Don't want my pajamas, I want me. Oh, I'm going to have to do changes to this. So this is not easy to see, but this is a skeleton, which I've done. And basically I'm painting 14 skeletons using 14 different methods. That's the first project. And then once we finish that, then so yeah, that's it. So once we've done that, I'll then move on to the next project. Now, one thing I want to note with my projects is there's a lot of good painters out there. A lot of painters that are better than me and will always be better than me. And YouTube isn't a competition. So these projects are. I knew that. Do you know? I knew that was going to happen. I knew as soon as I streamed, someone would call me. So I'm sorry, my friend. You're going to have to wait. You know who you are. Yeah, so my project videos are going, they're not going to be, this is how you do it. They're going to be, this is how I did it. So then you can look at how I did it and you can perhaps adapt it. I'm just going to pause there. I'm going to go over to the comments. So, cameras high. I'm exactly the same. Interacting with the community and making vids really chills me out after a stressful day at work. Yeah, now I don't normally get stressed at work. I think I have the perfect job for me. I have the absolute perfect shift pattern. I fit enough hobby, given the number of hours I work, I fit an awful lot of hobby time in. More time is now dedicated to editing videos, but I feel I've got the balance right. I've got editing videos, I've got making things, I've got painting things. You know, I'm adapting what I'm doing. 1 minute I'm painting, another time I'm making Lego. What else did we do? Can't see it up here, but you know, I've totally ballsed up a paper bus, you know, and it's all great stuff. It's my channel is all about come and see how I have fun and come and join in if you want to. 6 plus Stevo likes the 16 skeletons idea. Yeah, it's just something I was playing with. I just, you know what it's like. You watch 3 or 4 different YouTube videos on how to paint something, and you end up with 3 or 4 different ways of doing it. And this is exactly what I want to try and do with my videos. Here's an idea. Right now, Tuesdays I'm quite excited because asset drop. Now, I love my asset drop. I make no secret about that. I'm going to try and hold the camera there. But here's my problem. This is what I've accumulated in the last few months. And as you can see, I've done absolutely nothing with them. So that is going to change. So Tuesday is going to become asset drop day. And we are going to actually use the products. We're not going to do full-blown projects. We're going to take a part of a project and we're going to paint with one particular element. So I might do blues next week. We might use, I haven't got anything on my desk, but this month's asset drop, I haven't done the video for it yet. I just kind of fell behind. Shifts have been awful this month, this week because of the Easter holidays. But we've got some color shift paints. So I want to use those. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the product. I'm going to try to use the product properly. I'm then going to use it wrong. I'm going to try and push the envelope, see what I can do with it and what I can't do with it. So that's exciting. Wednesdays, I am beginning a new project, but not this month. That's going to start in May. I have already put the promo out for that. So in case you didn't already guess, that's going to begin on the 16th of May. Thursdays at the moment is a blank day. Now, I've been putting out Marvel figures and Assassin's Creed figures. Unfortunately, I had to stop that. Should keep the crazy camera. It'll add for good layer of comedy to your live videos as you stress out at it. Yeah, fair comment there. Where's my camera? Yeah. Okay, I can get that. Yeah, the 2 reasons I've stopped Assassin's Creed and Marvel Comics is it's not a build. I had the idea of painting or repainting them, but to be honest with you, why should I be paying? I think they're £30 a month each, £20, £30. So that's 40 odd pound a month I'm paying for 2 subscriptions when I'm not physically doing anything. So what I've done is I've cancelled the two, and I'm now spending less money on a build that's coming out on the 16th of May. That's far more exciting than the two combined. So that's so at the moment, yeah. But I'll come back to Thursday in a moment. Friday is always going to continue to be my Route Master day. And I got to be honest with you, I love doing that Route Master. And I had a bit of a um, it's absolutely wonderful. This is what happened. One of my Route Master subscribers, or one of my subscribers who subscribed for the Route Master videos, he's I'm not going to mention names, and if you're watching this right now, fantastic. And if you say anything and reveal yourself, that's up to you. But I'm not going to say anything. So we just keep it between us if you need to. Basically, he contacted me and he said, "Oh, I'm having trouble with this element of the build." This actually happened last night, and we've made contact details. He actually lives not too far from me. I'm in Wales, and he's not very far from me. I'm just over the border from Bristol. If you're from outside of the UK, you may not know where that is, but anyway, so he's trying to explain things to me. Now, the guy's got an accent that I'm not very good at listening to. So I said to him, I said, well, look, what's probably going to be easiest if we do a Google Hangout? Um, I've just seen your question, Steve. I will come back to it. It is, I'm assuming your name's Steve, 6+ Steve O. Anyway, so last night we did this Google Hangout. So I'm watching him on my screen, and he's watching me on my screen. And it turns out the guy has learning difficulties. Um, and it was good. It was like one-on-one teaching. Um, and that just afterwards, I just thought, wow, that was amazing. In fact, actually, I can probably incorporate your question in this what I'm about to say. Um, so yeah, 6+ Steve who asked Penny who or what inspired you to start your channel. Um, in regards to the who, lots of people. One name that I throw about a lot is Vince Venturella. I think the guy is fantastic. There's other people that I like, Spiky Bits. I like. I've recently found Next Level Painting. There's loads. And I see people doing what they enjoy doing. Now, I used to have another channel, Lady Phoenix, and I started to do things that interested me. But I found that my videos were all over the place. I was doing some I used to write spreadsheets, so I do tutorial videos on the spreadsheets. And then all of a sudden, you'd have a motorbike video, and then you might have me with my motorbike camera on, so I'd be recording routes. And then I'd go back to doing, I've been to this place. I remember doing one on Dragon Days. So I've started Paint with Penny to deal with my hobbies. If I get into the motorbike and big time again, I might start a motorbike channel. Um, so I want to share my experiences with people. I don't care if nobody watches them. I'm having fun with the video editing. I'm having fun with the making things. Um, it's at what so I just saw something float up in the air, but I saw it on the camera. That was strange. Um, People at work are starting to say to me, "What are you working on next?" And it's just, yeah. Sorry, 6+ Steven says, "Oh hell yeah, Vince does incredible stuff. Love his history of the hobby stuff. Those inspired me to do personal history video." Yeah, my history isn't quite as deep. I've only been doing the hobby about 3 years, and I've only really been a lot more serious the last year or so. Um, but yeah, I just like sharing what I do. Um, and if I can help one person, I think that's all worth it. And it's just, yeah, I just, it's kind of, it's grown a lot more than I thought it would. I don't know if my channel has grown really well or not. I think it has. I'm really pleased. I remember back in November. You got to remember, I'm a bus driver, so I work in a very harsh, critical, very full of banter industry, and people will take the mickey out of anything. And I remember one of the guys saying to me, "Oh, you got a YouTube channel, have you? How many subscribers have you got?" And I went, "Well, only 13." And he went, "How long you been doing that?" I said, "Oh, a couple of months." And he went, "Oh, that's quite good." So I'm like, "Brilliant, fantastic." So, and now I've got 160 something. And like I said on my video recently, they're all quality subscribers. Um, we've got 6+ Stevo interacting right now. That's what I mean by quality. You're not just watching a couple of minutes and then buggering off. Um, so Fridays, Route Master. Sorry, I've got someone just sent me loads of messages. Oh, I'm being watched by, sorry, we're going to try and experiment a bit later on. It may not work, and it doesn't matter if it doesn't work. But I've got a very good friend who runs another YouTube channel, and he does the build the Route Master videos. And it's a funny thing that his format is very different from mine. Um, Here's the build from start to finish, and you can hear everything, including the rustling of the plastic. Whereas I like to edit my videos, and I like to speed up the bits that I think are boring. And I've tried to explain to him before. I don't think either of our videos are better or worse than the other one. They are different, and they approach the hobby from two different angles. And from the viewer's point of view, I think that's fantastic because you've now got two complete different ways of doing it. But he is watching TV at the moment because, TV on a Saturday night is far more important than Paint with Penny. Yeah. So he'll be on about 8:30, I'm hoping. So Saturdays, I haven't made an official announcement, but the format I'm trying to follow is channel update on the first Saturday of the month. The new painting project on the second. Now, I did release the video last week about the federal standard. I've not progressed with that as much as I'd have liked. The third Saturday of the month is the boosted signal. And I loved last month's. I thought that was brilliant with miniatures paintbrush. Always looking for new people to interview. I've got kind of the next 2 or 3 months lined up in my head. I'm trying to take as broad a range as I can. I've done 2 painters. The third, I'm trying to do something a little bit different. And the next month, I'm trying to do something different still. Maybe the 5th month, I'll take it away from wargaming into maybe part works, so that over the months I'll cover as much as my hobby as I can. And then the 4th week is going to be probably blank, but I've got budget. I want to talk about a series of this hobby can be expensive, but there's ways to do it on the cheap without losing the quality too much. But I'm trying to get that sorted out. I can do one-off videos, but I'm trying to make a series. So that leaves one more project, because I said that the Harley Davidson is coming out tomorrow. Now, the Harley Davidson is going to be a fortnightly project. And that is because I receive 3 parts a month. Now, I can either wait till, basically what that means is if I did a video a week, I would do week 1, 2, 3, and then there'd be nothing. And then if there's 5 weeks in a month, there'd be nothing for the second week. Right. Yeah. Sorry. I just caught the comment. So yeah, what would happen is you might get three videos, one after the other, and then you get nothing, and then you get three more. So what I would want to do is hold that back until I can release one a week, so that the last issue is published round about when the last issue comes out. In order to do that, I'd have to hold that back until about October. So what I'm going to do for about the first 25 issues, 25 issues, I'm going to be releasing it fortnightly. And to fill the gaps in, what I'm going to do is I'm working on a new project, the Build a Route Master, which is up on my shelf. I'm actually buying two, and I'm going to be converting one to a local bus company. I cannot divulge any more information on that because I've not gained permissions. That is in the process. But basically, it's going to be a what if project. What if this company had bought a Route Master? What would that Route Master look like today? So I want to make a 1960s Route Master that's aged with over time, but is in 2018, 2019. The color schemes will be changed. I'll be making decals. I'll be weathering it. And really going to town on it, making it look like a 50-year-old bus, but that's been loved. But like I say, I haven't got permissions yet, so I can't divulge that. Quite literally, if I have a clause in my contract that if I post about work on social medias, it's a disciplinary offence. So if you notice, I'm careful to say, I'll tell you my job title, I'll tell you where I work. Sorry, I tell you where I live, but I won't tell you where I work. That's because obviously it's a disciplinary. But I'll pause there, go to the comment. 6+ Stevo says, do you play any war games, RPGs, board games, etc.? I see you build and paint a lot. Just wondering if you play. Simple answer to that is no. The more complex answer to that is, up until recently, I've moved around. I've done live-in jobs, short-term contract jobs. They earn the good money, but they give you very little free time. And it's you get used to one place and then you're off to another. I wish I hadn't done that. Oh, I figured the camera out. I thought I'd finished the camera sword. There you go, down and oh well, never mind. Maybe this is good fun. Yeah, come up, come up. There we go. Yeah, okay, might be fun for you. So yeah, I plan on playing. I'd like to play. At the moment, it's literally a case of I see figures that I want to paint, I buy them and I paint. I don't know if you can see in the background. These are a mix of. We've got Blood Rage here. Excuse me. That's something that I saw on a YouTube video that I want to have a go at. We've got a Necromancer here that I bought that for some techniques. I've got some model aircraft, and I've got lower down. I've got my giants that I want to do. I've got Astra Militarum start collecting box. You know, these are all things that I want to. Oh, we've got a Nurgle start collecting. I've got some Star Trek figures, which I like the figures. But basically what it means is that I'll have a range of figures that if there's a game coming up, I mean, I'll play any game once. And I think everyone has to have an open mind, no matter what the game looks like. Give it a go. If you don't like it, play it. Don't play it again. Right. Do you know what? I've just spotted that comment, and from what I've seen, I love it. Right. So 6 Plus Stevo writes, okay, Penny, I have a challenge for you. It will both feed your love of buses and my love of 40k orcs. How about you convert a looted route master bus covered in armor plating and gun turrets filled with rowdy orc passengers and an orc penny driving? Would love to see that. Um, I'm very, very tempted to say challenge accepted, except for two problems. One is there is absolutely no way I'm going to be using my part work route master, because that route master it will cost well over £1,000 by the time I finished. Um, Also, I need to check out the scale. Um, there is a plastic kit that exists, by Revel. In fact, shall we look it up? I love your idea, and that I'm just going to do a quick screen share so you'll see me first. Da, 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 da. Right, so Revel 1 to 24 bus. Oh, if that isn't too expensive, then I will say challenge accepted. Right, London bus. Where can I buy that from then? Oh, it's 50 quid. This model will be available. Right. Okay, I'll tell you what. Challenge accepted on one condition. That being, I'll go out. I'll go out and find some orcs. I might have some orcs somewhere, and because that'll be the same scale as I've forgotten what scale my metal bus is. No, 1 to 24. Um, oh, I can't. You know, I can't remember what scale my route master is. Right. Yeah, that's 1 to 12 scale. What? Right. Okay. Let me do some research. Because Warhammer is. Hello. Come down. Come down. There we go. Right. So, Warhammer is hero scale, isn't it? But I don't know what hero scale is in real terms. If it fits with 1 to 24 scale, then yes, challenge accepted. Um, because I think that's something I can do, because orcs are very rough and ready. And I think it's just going to be a case of, because I know one of the issues with the Revel bus is the back doesn't fit properly. The top deck, you end up with a gap. And you will have made my job easier in that sense, because we'll just stick an armor plate over the top. Do you want a red bus? Has it got to be red? Um, yeah, okay, I'll look into that. I don't know when that's going to start though. Um, so I just need to check. Okay, right. The person I was going to try and bring in, he hasn't got the facility to join us. So that'll be another time. Sorry, I've lost the comments now. So right. Fleetwood says, good luck with the second route master if you can do it. As you said, depends if you get permissions. Looking forward to your route master videos. Keep me entertained till my parts arrive. Thank you very much. It will go ahead, definitely will go ahead. But if I don't get the permissions from the company I'm asking, I'll just ask somebody else. But ideally, I want a company that has been around for that length of time. In the 80s, the bus industry was privatized, and there were lots of new companies started up. So you'll see um, companies like First, Arriva, Stagecoach. They're all new companies that have been made as a result of privatization. Um, so what I'm looking for is someone that can do a bus. Like I come from Norfolk, and it all used to be Eastern Counties Omnibus or Great Yarmouth Transport, stuff like that. But it will go ahead, but just not necessarily with who I think it's going to go with. Underdog Painting says, Peeps, um, how did um, your promo go with your 500 subs? I haven't looked at your stats on your videos yet, on your channel yet, so I don't know. But has your growth increased? Because it certainly deserves to be. 6+ Devo says, LOL, do it, do it, do it would be awesome. Yeah, okay, I'll check the orc sizes out, and if it's compatible, yeah, I'll do it. I promise you I will. I think that's going to be brilliant. Don't know how long it's going to take. Big Jam says, hey, and I love, just lost it. Blah, 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 blah. I love Warhammer. Root Masters 1 to 12 scale, yeah. So again, if hero scale is somewhere near 1 to 12, um, if it's a little bit out, we'll pull that off. So Prabhav Pali says, sorry if I apologize if I pronounced anything wrong. He says, hi, is this real? Yep, this is real. Look, I'm here. So 6+ Stevo says, well, red ones go faster. Yeah, yeah, maybe I should put a go faster stripe on the side as well. It'll go even faster. Maybe a little bit of graffiti. Grotz was here or something. Um, I think orcs would enjoy a bendy bus. Do you know what? I would enjoy a bendy bus if I can find one. I'll maybe do one day. Right, so that's my channel plan. The last thing I want to discuss, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but one of my subscribers has suggested doing live builds. And I like the idea in concept. Sorry, I do apologize. I smoke, and well, I don't make any apologies about it. It was suggested doing a live build. So the Route Master comes out on a Friday, and so it comes out on a Wednesday. I try to build and film it by Thursday so I can upload it for Friday. But maybe we could do a live build on a Thursday. So anyone who watches my channel and they buy the magazine, maybe if they could just hold the magazine back till Thursday, then we could all build together using the powers of Google Hangouts, which obviously can be broadcast live as we do it. But the difference being is that we would all be in the channel, so we can all talk and interact. And then that way we all get everybody else's opinions. So in theory, I think that would be a good idea. However, how would it look on my channel if we're doing it? Obviously, the edited version would go out on Friday. It would put a lot of pressure on me to get the video out on the Friday, because if I'm like 6 o'clock start on a Friday, and we're doing the build at 8 o'clock on Thursday, and then I've got to edit that video and put it out by Friday. I'm going to end up going to bed at like 2 in the morning to get that video out for 12. It's going to be difficult unless I yet again change the days. I don't know. So I might look at doing, if we do a group build, might do that on, say, different day. Or I might cheat, build it on the Wednesday, filming it, then take it all apart, and then we'll build it as a group build on a Thursday. It means I would have a bit of an edge on you guys. So I don't know. What do you think? Live group builds, good idea or not? There's a lot of potential to go wrong there. Right, so I've been answering the questions as we go, so there are no there's no questions. If anybody wants to say anything, that's fine. I've kind of roughly planned this for an hour, but it's only been just over 40 minutes now, so I'm happy to hang around for a little bit longer. Oh, let me show you something I had. I'd like to get your opinion on this. Again, this is a day filler. Right, I'm going to do a screen. Let me get, no, hang on. I'll get embarrassed on these if I end up with the wrong. Right. So I am looking at a couple of projects. I won't be buying these for a while, but these are cheap little products that I can do, and I can stretch them out over a few weeks. This one is a Stagecoach 1 to 10 scale, and I quite like it. If I can just get some better pictures up. The only problem with this one, I mean, obviously I've got to pay for this, and I can't just go out and get it tomorrow. But while I'm building this, I can then be saving up for a different project. But this is something completely different, and I really like it. And another project I looked at, which I've got a little bit more information on, is the Fokker DL1 Red Baron. It's kind of a semi cutaway. So big sections have been cut away so you can see more of it. And I've got the instruction manual, and I could build that over, I think it's about 20. It's actually the parts. Do you know what? I've got my notifications come up. That's very rude of me, isn't it? Right. So we see there, part 20 is the one that finishes it. So that'd be a 20-week part. And one thing I really do like about this, sometimes a lot of things, issues 1 and 2, you're not making an awful lot, but this is right. That's issue 1. That's part 1, and you can see there's a hell of a lot to build. And then part 2, you're starting to build the fuselage, and again you've got quite a lot. And then part 3, after 3 weeks, you've got quite a lot. So let me just find the last bit of part 3. That's the last bit. So that's roughly what you're looking at after 3 weeks. It's quite a significant build. That one's a little bit more expensive, so that would have to be held back. I wouldn't be able to do it as quickly as I could do the Stagecoach. But is that something that you would enjoy watching? Oh, I forgot to. Oh, yeah, wait. Sorry, I'm really bad at these cuts. So, camera to me, come. So is that a project that you think either yourself or the other subscribers might enjoy? Fleetwood says good idea on the live build. No, Fleetwood I know is a Route Master builder, so obviously that's a really strong, valid comment for me. So I'm just, because obviously there's a certain amount of lag, and I've got the computer running the video as well. So when you see 3 viewers, I'm actually one of them. So yeah, right. I like the Google Hangouts idea. What project kit's been your most fun build? Right, all of them, and I'll tell you why. My biggest problem I've got is I have so many unfinished projects because I've started a project online, so I have to finish it. It's pushing me to finish. Here's another one that's it's going to be coming out. Um, that got a little bit, about three-quarters of the way through, it got to the point where I could quite happily have put it down, and that would have become an unfinished project. Because because I've started it, so I had to commit to it. It's pushed me to finish it, and that's what's fun. I've actually finished a project. I finished a couple of projects now. Um, the things like the Lego and the cardboard, they're good fillers for if I don't feel like doing something or I'm not able to do something, I can pull them out and I've got some content. One thing I forgot to add, I'm on Twitch. Um, I stream every day, Monday to Friday at lunchtime, a little thing I call Lunch with Penny. The channel name is twitch.tv/paint underscore with underscore penny. You're welcome to join me. I also stream on a Sunday. We tend to mess about a bit more on a Sunday, but when you see these projects come out on a Monday, you'll see that the format will look totally different. You'll see chat come up on the side, roughly where my hand is now. No, maybe roughly there. Oh, I shouldn't have done that, should I? Let me. Right. So anyway, on the right hand side, you'll see chat and you'll see another camera and you'll see notifications pop up. That's because when I stream on Twitch, that's the video that I'm using and I edit it and it's being used for the projects. I am planning. I've only got a month left. It's my birthday next month, and I am planning a 24-hour stream. Now, this morning, I received my invitation to become a Twitch partner, affiliate partner. It is the first stage where you can start to earn money. So people can subscribe to my channel, people can leave tips. Now, what we had already planned was I'm doing a giveaway during my stream. For those of you that have never seen a Twitch channel, it's all live streaming. Different people have their channels. You can raid different channels. If you when you come to the end of your stream, you can raid another channel, and obviously you get friendly with other streamers, and then they help you out, you help them out, um, and so on and so forth. One of the features that they have is the ability to earn points. Points are just numbers. They're fairly meaningless on their own. Now on my stream, you're going to earn 10 points for every 10 minutes that you watch my stream. But then I'm going to sell raffle tickets. There's a little automated system where you can buy a raffle ticket for 100 points. You can buy a maximum of 10 raffle tickets. And at the end of the 23rd hour of my stream, I'm going to, well, the system is going to pull a raffle ticket out and select a winner. So obviously, if you buy one raffle ticket, you have one chance of winning. If you buy 10, you have 10 chances of winning. Um, Sorry, I've just read 6 Plus Steve-O's comment. 24-hour stream will be brutal. Best get a big pot of coffee brewed for that one. Yeah, it's going to be a tough challenge. I've done 24-hour things before and I've done 24-hour work before. When I work, because I do split shifts, I do come home and sleep for about an hour. The theory of it is I can do it. I can quite easily pull 16 to 18 hours solid work. So I can do 20 hours. I've done 20 hours before. In fact, I normally do it quite regularly. So I'm just pushing myself for another 4 hours. Because I'm going to be stimulated. This is one of the great things I find about live streaming is that my viewers stimulate me as well as I'm hopefully stimulating them. Um, The challenge, there's two challenges. One is it's just that little bit longer. The second challenge is I'm going to start the stream at midnight because that's when the day of my birthday is. So therefore, I'm going to finish it at midnight. And so I'm going to be getting tired before I start the stream. How did you get the springs to fit? I'll come back to you a bit on that one. Sorry, I kind of misread it, and I heard my chair is squeaking, and I read that as my chair was squeaking, and I'm like, springs? Is he moaning about my chair? But yeah, I'll come to that in a sec. So yeah, I'm going to do a 24-hour stream now. I'm having the day off and the day off before and the day after my birthday, so I'm gonna kind of keep myself up late the day before, and then I'm going to sleep really late and get up about 11 o'clock at night, and hopefully that'll counteract the fact that I'm going to be tired right at the start of the stream. But the big challenge will be the last 3 hours, about 9 o'clock at night, which is when I'm naturally tired anyway, because I'm normally in bed for about 9, 10, and I'm up at 5 in the morning. I know that round about 3 or 4 in the afternoon, regardless of how tired I am, that's the point when I will wake up. So the afternoon, I don't think is going to be a problem. The other problem I've got, a big challenge, is the project. If I'm not overly worried if I don't finish the project, but I don't want a project that I'm going to finish too soon into the stream. So I'm still thinking about things to build. And also, do I build? I recently put a picture out on Facebook of a rat ogre that I'd painted, and that was my first completed model. It was the third model I'd started, but it was the first model I completed, and that was 3 years ago when I started painting. My own self-assessment of that was it was very, very good for a first model. But also, I don't think I've actually improved much. I think I'm about the same standard now. Whereas I would expect, regardless of what standard you are for your first paint job, I would expect you to be improving over the course of 3 years. Well, I expect me to improve anyway. Admittedly, I haven't done as much painting as I'd like to have done over the last 3 years. So one of the ideas for a project is to do something that I've done before and try to improve on the first effort. I'll show you them in another day because they're locked away in a case. But I've got 3 very, very nice dragon ogres. They're actually quite simple to paint, really. But they turned out really, really well. And I'm thinking about doing those because they've come with 2 weapon options, and I picked the is it the glaives because they've got the extra reach, and they work they worked for me. I took them into a game of Age of Sigmar, had some blood warriors that had a range of 1 inch, and I had the blood warriors 2 inches behind, and of course it was them or the Wrathmongers were giving a bonus to everything. So I basically had 3 lines in one rank in one thing. So I might do something like Dragon Ogres, but can I do Dragon Ogres in less than 24 hours? I've got a feeling I can. So I might do something completely different. And I might do Archaon because that's a massive model. I don't think I'll finish him, but I don't know how far I'll finish him. And of course, I've got my color change paints now that go from red to green. And I'm thinking Archaon's armor in color change paints, that excites me. So I'm going to just go back. Right, so Fleetwood says, agree with 6+, Steve-O. Good. plus a good stash of matchsticks to keep the eyes open. Yeah, yeah. I wonder if I can get the old glasses with the eyes painted on them, so I can sit here, maybe have a recording of something on a tape recorder, and I can sit here and you hear me talking, but in actual fact I'm asleep. Do you think that might work? Um, right. So Michael Kemp says, "Hi Penny, how did you get the springs to fit?" Um, right. I'm doing this from memory. If I remember rightly, I did. Where are we? Right. I'm going to switch cameras if you guys don't mind. Uh, right. So here we have where the springs are. Obviously, I've built on top of this since. I seem to remember that the magazine kind of suggests, why are we not, there we go, that we put these screws in first and then these two. I actually did the top ones and then the bottom ones, but I was kind of, obviously you've not got the wheel on at the time, so you're kind of pushing it down and then screwing the screws in, but don't want to screw them in all the way. You kind of do that one, that one, that one, that one, and then go back to them. But if you don't put them in all the way, it does make it weaker. But I saw something on Facebook where they got some clamps, and I think it might be worth investing in clamps. The only clamps I've got to hand are see, I still haven't organised my desk. Here we go. So I don't think these ones will work. I think they'd be too weak. But what would be a really, really good clamp, which I don't have one, at B&Q or any DIY store. In fact, I'll tell you what, I'll find them on the Tinternet. Right. So I'm going to look in B&Q because I know they sell them. Right. Clamp. Oh, clamp. There we are. Oh, not that one. There we go. Right. They do cheaper ones than this. They do small ones, but this is a set of 4. Oh, here we go. This is the one. Right. I think there's cheaper ones than these, but oh, what's happened? It's gone. Here we go. Right. So basically what you've got, can you see my cursor? This, you press that button there and it opens up. And as you pull the trigger, it tightens it a little bit. And that's 150 millimeters, which is about a small ruler. So if you clamped it shut with that, and they are really, really strong. I've actually got one of those on my paint pot shaker, and this thing shakes paint at 3,600 RPM. And they've got plastic ends as well. But if you wanted to put a bit of foam on there as well, that would prevent you from harming anything. So I think the clamp, yeah, look on eBay for cheap clamps like Penny's showing. But they're the way I would go. Here we go. I've just found my paint pot shaker. Right, brilliant. Okay, now this has been adapted, but because I've got it on my paint, this is my paint pot shaker. But if you ignore from here downwards, so just look at this bit. Basically, let's see if we can do it. What you'll do is you'll put your clamp on there, and then that will hold that really, really tight. And then when you want to release it, you just press that button. And I think if you bought 4 of these, I think you'll be equipped for anything that it can throw at you. There you go. And that's clamped. So I mean, obviously the wheels wouldn't be on, but if you've clamped there, then that will hold that shut, and then that will give you a much easier surface to put the screws in. Does that answer your question? Hello, Love Minis. How are you? So I'll see if I've missed any questions. Right. Dragon Ogres are cool models. Yeah. I mean, depending on money, I might be able to get both. Peninsula Painting Projects, how are you? One of my favourite people ever. Another one of the people that I owe so much to. If you don't subscribe to his channel, just do it, because he's such a wonderful person. But he's got a really bad habit of winning contests. So Steve-O says, Peninsula, welcome. Fleetwood. Michael, if you use a clamp, it's better, but I did what Penny did, go from screw to screw whilst pushing down. Yeah, I pushed because I didn't have any clamps, but I wish I'd thought of that earlier. So, yeah, Fleetwood says, look on eBay. Minis, Love Minis does a raising hand emoji. Can we see the shaker in use? Let me see if I've got a spare plug. Right, yes, you can. Right, so, oh God, it's very rough. It's not. I wanted to Dremel down these sharp edges. I put glue on because it kept shaking the bolts loose. But basically, I've got an ordinary jigsaw. This one is a variable speed, which I would recommend. A lot of where I got the inspiration from on YouTube, a lot of people are going, well, I just went into the garage and I just happened to pick up this jigsaw that I had laying around. I'm not so lucky, so I had to buy one, but it cost me £20, which is £20. It's about just under 3 hours at national minimum wage. That's how I kind of tried to describe things now. So I've got. Let me take this. Right. I've got a jigsaw blade that I've drilled 2 holes through, and I've put bolt through each. This does actually come with a little guard on the end, so I took the guard off and I used the bolt for that. But then there's another screw. I don't know where I got it from, but and what I think is important is you want to do it this way. I have done an extremely boring video on this, and I've done it that way because, let me move my camera. What I've tried to do, see, my desk is really messy. I've tried to keep all the weight in one line. I did see one video where he had a blade with a medicine bottle taped to one side, and because it was uneven, it was just shaken. But this one works quite well because I've kept the center of gravity all within the machine. So, right, that works. So if we can find, I'll do 2 pots. Right, that's a wash. So here we have some Master Series Maiden Flesh, which that's actually not really in need of a shake, but I'll shake it anyway. And what I've done is on this stopper bit there, I've just drilled a little hole just to help hold the bottles in. That hole does nothing for Citadel pots because they're bigger, obviously, but it doesn't make it worse for the pot. So just open it up, pop that in there, and we clamp that until it's tight, but obviously you don't want to clamp it too tight because you're going to burst the bottle. And this is going to get noisy, I do apologize. So this is on speed 1. Which is fast enough. This is on speed 3, which is the speed I normally use. Obviously, the camera can't keep up, so it's probably actually going 2-3 times faster than. And this is on speed 6, which I don't like to use because if it does go wrong, this is going to go flying out the window, through the double glazed window, probably into next door's house. But that is 3,600 RPM. And I feel half speed is probably sufficient. So there you go. You can actually see a difference. It's a slight color difference. And there's the paint that I shook is slightly thicker. So we've got a nice even mix. So let me try it with a Citadel paint. I've just moved things about, so I can't. Right, I'm going to take my headphones off. I think I've Blue Pete should be proud of that. I think I found the perfect paint. Tau Light Ogre. I haven't used this for a long time. So there we go. I don't know if you can see. Let me move the light. You can see you've got, it's a bit runny on the top where it's obviously starting to separate. So same principle as before. Obviously, I should be telling you switch the power off when you're doing this. So it won't hold it in really, really tight because that hole's not big enough. But as long as you put this in, I mean, it does help because you've got a little dip in the bottom of the pot. But as long as it's in tight, and we give it about half speed, Penny, half speed. I mean, again, that's really hard to sort of comprehend how fast that actually is. But you see, that's much nicer now. And that was only, what, 5-10 seconds? And the reason that what prompted me to make it was I just bought a whole set of watercolor paints. And not long after that, I bought a 70 odd bottled pot of set of Vallejo's. And I'm like, buggered if I'm going to paint every single pot for 30 seconds. But yeah, it was a fun project. Right, so can we see the shaker in use? You're good at building that. Thanks, Penny. You're making me blush. If Peninsula didn't win your competition, I would never have known about your channel. Fair enough then. Job done. I mean, I was happy to just chuck a few things his way or whoever's way. I think Frost and Fists won the other one. But it was stuff that I didn't need. There's no point me hoarding stuff that I don't need. So I put me on spot. Loving the MacGyver paint mixer. Blue Peter would be proud of that. I need to make one of those rather than using an. I mean, if you've got a nail polish shaker, I'm sure that's doing the job pretty well. So let me show you. I'm so pleased with this. Because of the new studio setup, I needed a new TV. Oh, I needed a monitor in front of me, something bigger because I couldn't see. There's about a 3-foot gap from here to here, which is the end of the table. And then I've got my shelves up. So I needed a bigger monitor. So there is my television. As you can see up there is my big bag of sweets. But um, I love that television. The quality isn't as good as a monitor, but it's so much easier to read. And of course, now all I've got to do is look up. Let's change the camera angle so you can see me ugly mush again, because I know that's what you're here for, isn't it? And then we can play chase the camera again. Where's the camera? Right. So, yeah, that's my plans. I apologize if you came in later and missed them. Um, but I'm going to keep this video up. So quick recap. I think the channel growth is good. It's much better than I expected. Um, I will always acknowledge that I've had help to do that. And of course, any help last month is going to have a roll-on effect in a year's time. Like someone just said, they would never have found my channel if they hadn't excuse me, if Peninsula Painting Projects hadn't won the prize, they would never have found my channel. Now, in 6 months or a year's time, someone might find my channel because of the person that found my channel because Peninsula Painting Projects won my competition. So it's all a roll on. And that's basically our hobby. And it's funny because now I'm mixing with people outside of the wargaming community. It seems an incredibly simple concept of share the hobby love. But do you know what? Other hobbyists don't get it. Even people at work have said to me, when I made the Underdog subscription video, there were one or two people that said, well, why are you doing a congratulations video? It's nothing to do with your channel. Now, to me, it's an extremely simple concept to share the hobby love. To them, they're like, well, it's not going to gain you anything, is it? No, not physically. But that's not how we do things. Fleetwood found me by accident. Yeah, now I have developed a skill in doing keywords. I spend absolutely ages doing keywords, and none of my keywords are clickbait. I don't just put words in just for the sake of putting words in. I won't put Root Master into a painting skeleton video. But I do overdo my keywords, if anything. I even put in things like paint with penny as keywords. Unification is another good one because then obviously I'm sharing within in the war game community. So it's I do my keywords. Penny, I've shared a link on the unification that I want to help. Hope you sub him. Oh, I see. Right. Yeah, no, right. You know how we work. If you have, if you know, I don't hold anything back. If you want to put a link in to someone that is in the same hobby as me, that I consider that relevant. So yeah, that's important information. Um, yeah, I've already seen that actually. Because I was going to reply to it and say, why don't you do a 100-second video? But then I remembered you win everything. Yeah, I'll tell you what, let me just go on to Facebook and yeah, this is it. We share the love, we help each other out, and to me, that's an incredibly simple concept. I don't get why other people don't get it. Or maybe that's just the kind of people we are. I don't know. Sorry, I'm just trying to find Peninsula Painting Projects. I did see it earlier on. In fact, actually, I've already. Oh God, who's put that? Who's Stephen O'Brennan? This is going to go on for a very long time, isn't it? Right. Sorry. There we go. This is it. It's Teacher Jeff 40K, isn't it? I did find I have subscribed actually. Um, Another thing I do is, yeah. So, right. The link that I've just put into the chat is, I've forgotten his name now. Teacher Jeff, Jeff Teacher 40K. Um, I, when I look at a video, I mean, look, I don't play a lot of 40K. Yet I can list one of my favorite channels as Idic Beer. I'm not just looking at what he's actually doing on the video. I mean, Idic Beer is a really good channel to watch. Look, if you're not interested in his content, look beyond and look at the editing skills. That's something that I'm always looking at and I'm fascinated by. He did a video on how to set his camera up. And that's what I'm always looking at. I did a feature on Hornby train spotting. He's actually set a new channel up now for his Route Master builds, and he's you can look at him in one of two ways. One, you can look at him as he's just a kid building a model with his mobile phone. But I see the passion, the enthusiasm. Now I work excuse me, I do a lot of work out at the bus station, being a bus driver. And one of the biggest problems we've got is the kids hanging around the bus station, smoking drugs, causing problems, doing wheelies on their push bikes, drinking alcohol. And they're about the same age as Hornby farming, Hornby train spotting and farming. And this guy's got a real interest in what he does. Oh, 6+, yeah, that makes sense now. Wanted the great peeps to come and join us. Yeah, if we can get some of the big people coming in saying hello, that'd really make my day. So are we out of questions? I'm not in a desperate. I was thinking about pre-recording it actually, but then I just thought, well, by the time I've recorded it, it's 2-3 hours, and I've cocked up my work. Oh, sorry, I meant to say this earlier. Tomorrow I cannot do my Twitch stream. Normally I work on a Saturday, and then I have Sunday off, and I do a stream on a Twitch stream on a Sunday, which we've just established as being 12 o'clock till whenever I decide to finish. That's the great thing about Sundays. I've got no limit on the finish time. I cocked. Yeah, I'm explaining. Oh, I had originally planned to work tomorrow because I wanted next Saturday is Salute. So I was going to take the Saturday off and not work overtime, but work the Sunday instead. I've had a bit of a cock up with work because I now can't make Salute, which I'm really disappointed about. But that's the way things are. So I tried to put things back to how they should be. And there we go. So I'm controlling the camera now. So I went into work and I said, "Oh, have you allocated overtime for next week?" And the woman, she went, "No." I went, "Great." So I went to the diary and I scribbled out Sunday, and I went to see her the next day and I said, "Oh, have you got that work for Saturday yet?" She goes, "Well, we can't work. You can't work Saturday because you'll have worked too many days." So I said, "Well, I haven't worked too many days." She went, "Yeah, you got the shift on Sunday." So obviously she had already allocated the overtime before I cancelled it. And I don't like to mess work about too much because in this industry we work pretty much on a I help you, you help me. Sometimes when I need shifts rearranged, because I'm helpful, or I like to think I'm helpful, I'll put the overtime in for them. I'll help them out, I'll stay on extra. It then means that they'll help me out in times of need where they can. So if I then go start cancelling overtime that I've technically asked for that's messing them about. So I am really, really sorry. I'm working tomorrow till 7 o'clock at night, and then I'm on 6 o'clock starts all week. But the upside means is that I'm on holiday a day earlier because I'm on holiday from the 15th, but I am working 2 shifts during that week. Why did you just go down? The camera has decided it likes my pajama top. Right. So yeah, I do apologize. There will be no stream tomorrow. But it's when I'm on holiday from the 15th, it means I can perhaps do some practice long straight streams during the week. Because why did that just zoom out? Yeah, so it's I'm sorry. I'm trying to make a commitment, especially as I've just got affiliate status. And now I'm chopping and changing everything, but work has to come first. If I'm earning £1,000 a day from YouTube and Twitch, then I'll stream 8 hours a day, and that'll be my only income. So yeah, I've run out of things to say now. Congrats. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I woke up this morning and I saw that email. And I'm like, really? Lovely. And then I looked at there's some kind of tax form that you have to fill in, and it's very, very complicated. And I'm like, I'm not filling this in at 5 in the morning. So I left it until I got home. Fleetwood says, hoping the Route Master parts arrive soon. Yeah, I've not received my parts 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm not overly bothered as much as I was because obviously I'm getting them from the newsagents and I need them for the second build, which is going to be 5-ish weeks behind anyway. My next project on Twitch, I'll come to that actually. In the meantime, I've ordered a wooden London bus model that's rubber band powered. This will hopefully keep me going. Can you keep me posted with that? Because it might be an interesting project for me. And then you can help me. Maybe we can do a project together. These are all ideas. Right, my next project might actually be technically a commission. My good friend Mike, World of Mike Anderson, have a look at his channel if you get the chance to. The World of Mike Anderson. He does just part works. He's been doing the R2D2 build. He's been doing the Route Master, and he's just started doing Marvel Comics. And what's happened is, I'm going to change the camera angle. This, for me, this video is coming out on the 12th of April. But this is issue 4, Thor. And they're really nice models. Now, mine has turned out better than his, but look at the feet. You know, I can't think of anyone over the age of 3 that can do a worse job than that. I think that's terrible. Now, let's say his are even worse. So he's asked me if I'll consider repainting it, and I'm looking at it, and I think that that's going to be good fun because the cape is going to be similar skills to this Royal Guard. The feet, I think, are going to be really, really easy because that's just going to be painting, shading, etc. And I think I can actually improve every element of that. So I might be painting this for him. Whether I paint this one and send it to him, or if he sends me his and I paint his, it doesn't really make any odds. But it was quite funny. I got the message this morning, and he says, "Oh well, can I send you it and I'll pay you, obviously." And I'm like, to be honest with you, because I'm an amateur, if I charge pro rates, you're gonna rightfully expect a pro job. But if you basically, my terms and conditions will be, I'll charge you something just to cover my costs, like, obviously I'm using my paint, and then you allow me to paint that on Twitch and then put it out on a YouTube video. That's brilliant. So and obviously I'm going to be doing some asset drop stuff, because I want to use up some of the stuff. I have washed the minis. So on Monday we'll probably put some miniatures together. Love Minis told me off on Friday, because I was about to glue some resin miniatures, and she reminded me that I hadn't washed them, and yeah, so I was told off. But it's one of those simple things that people forget, fundamentals. So yeah, anything else? I don't even know if Mike can't watch, can he? So yeah, yeah, that's right. He sent me a message early on. I was trying to join him. Asset drop gave a good scare today. Explain. Is it because the payments were due? They did catch me off guard, actually. I totally forgot. I just spent a load of money on a webcam, a TV, and I've got a new USB hub. And I've spent about 200 odd quid, and then suddenly Asset Drop wants their money. My mobile phone company wants their money. Having told me that I'd paid my bill, I spent money, and then they told me, actually, you haven't paid your bill. So I had to shout at them today. So yeah, I might be living off bread and jam until payday. So, but yeah, I'm guessing that's what it is until they gave me an email that they could not fill my next box. Okay, why is that? Is that the discovery in the heroines box? Because you've not put any sad emoji, so I'm hoping this has a happy ending. Out of everybody watching, is anybody getting the next asset drop? Are you getting the monsters box? Have you got the monsters box? Because I know that was short supply. 3 hours later, I got an email that said they could do it. Oh, fantastic! That was the discovery box, was it? Ah, is it the monsters box? Dun dun dun. It's the monsters box. Yeah, that's fair enough, Peninsula. Um, I mean, obviously, my my direct debit went out just for the discovery and the heroines, and it was 40 odd pounds. I feel I get value for money. I feel I get good value for that, but it is still 40 odd pounds. Now, if I was just buying paint every month to try new things out, I wouldn't necessarily spend £40. I might spend £150 one month, and then I might not buy anything for a couple of months. And if I'm a little bit short of money, I just go, right, no paint. Oh, I've got extra money. I'll buy this set. So they're still working on the monster box. Penny, I got to go with the Orky. Good luck. Yes, I will look into it. I'm not making a promise that I will do it, but I will certainly look into it. It sounds like a nice project that nobody else has done. And I've seen these really cool projects go on Facebook, and I'm like, I wish I could do that. So this looks like something that's not been done before, and because it's orcs, if it gets, like, for example, if I damage the lovely shiny paintwork, it really won't matter because it's orcs. So there's a lot of scope that I can cover up any errors that I may make. And once I've met, because remember, no one else has done this project, so there's nobody else's mistakes that I can learn from. But if once I make mistakes, I can learn from that. But I think there'll be a lot of skills used in covering up mistakes. Obviously, it's best to try not to make mistakes, but yeah, it could be a fun project. But obviously, I don't want a bus this big with an orc that big. That's just not going to work. But yeah, we'll figure something out. Might end up changing the wheels to wooden wheels. That might work. So who we got, and is there any other questions? If not, I will begin to wind down. It's been an absolute pleasure, and this is a lot better than I expected. Actually, I was expecting maybe one or two people, which is fine. Every series that you do has to start somewhere. I think the last channel update I had one or two people. But I think a lot of people watched it after the event, which I suspect people are going to do this time. Also, I did all the boring stuff at the beginning to get rid of it. But in effect, that could actually put people off. What's in the boxes behind me? I have got. You've seen half of this, right? I have got. Right, let me take. I don't think I can't do anything with that camera. Right, we've got Blood Rage. Do you want to have a look at Blood Rage? We've got a Necromancer. We have got my B-25. We've got an Astra Militarum tank. We've got a pizza box. We've got Slime Marble. We've got a Jaguar. That one's, well, I've started on this one with you. It didn't go as well as I hoped. We had trouble finding loads of paints, and it turns out I hadn't even ordered the paints. That's why I couldn't find them. Right, we have got a project I've been after for a while, the Two Giants. And I was so pleased when they brought them out as a double set because that saves so much money. We've got Start Collecting Astra Militarum. These are the projects that I bought to help me clear the projects that I've already started and not finished for some reason. Demons of Nurgle Start Collecting. So there's a couple of little things in there. I was actually going to do some Nurglings as a project, but by coincidence, there were about 3 or 4 people were releasing Nurgling videos by coincidence. So I thought I'll hold mine off for a couple of months. This is my Soul Grinder box. You know all about my Soul Grinder. And I've got the Citadel wood. And I want to do this for snow effects. I've got 4 boxes of Star Trek minis, which I'm working on these at the moment. These are quite fun, but they're very small. Sorry, some of these boxes are really shiny. We've got, actually, these are still sealed. I've got, this will be my 3rd box of Blood Letters. And the reason I bought these, sometimes I find that if you've got a project that's really grinding you down and it's taking a lot longer, if you can pick up a model that, like what I call a one-day model, you can build and paint those within a day. And it just kind of, sometimes you need to just pick your confidence up a bit. And I'm a chaos player. How could I not have skulls? So there you go. Right, so Blood Rage. This is something that I saw on Sarastro's painting. I'll show you. Some of you have already seen this, but I'll show you something that I'm getting very, very soon. So this is, I'm going to help down there. I need to change my camera angle. There we go. Right, so what you get is all of these miniatures. I'm actually not interested in the board so much, but you get these miniatures, which I will open in a moment. I also have somewhere stuffed fables. Yeah, you take care, Fleetwood. Look after yourself, and I hope your magazines come soon. I hope mine comes soon as well. Right, so loads of cards you get with them. Right, so you get 2 boxes of miniatures. This costs me about 50-60 pounds, I think. Which, when you compare with Games Workshop miniatures, I think they size up really well, price versus quality wise. Right, I think these are, and you'll be surprised how many they've packed into here, because they got them double layered. Right, these are the big guys, which I want to show you second. Right, these are the small fiddly ones. I'm trying to keep the boxes neat. So I don't get these. I think these are surrounds for the bases. But I haven't really looked into the game too much, but they look quite nicely detailed. They feel more plasticky than resin. I think they are plastic. And they look really nice. And again, these are projects that can keep me going for a while. Come on, focus. Okay, we're not going to have too much focus. I'm guessing these blue ones are the character models of the game. This one's quite a nice one. And then below that we've got, I don't know what these are. Again, I should really look at the book. But I've really resisted the temptation to open them too much. Someone's dinging me. Oh, I'm guessing Mike, World of Mike Anderson has been watching, because he's just thanked me for a shout out. So yeah, a bit of modification is going to be needed. That one's bent, but that's okay. So we've got, I guess these are the bad guys because you've got duplicates of them. But yeah, loads and loads that I can get on with there, and that'll keep me going for a while. I'm going to probably annoy you while I put all of this away. As I say, for the price, I thought there was an awful lot. Having said that, you've not seen anything until you see a Kickstarter that I've backed. What do you guys think of Kickstarters? I'm partially annoyed when I see a Kickstarter by a well-established company. Right, this is the reason I bought this box set. You have this, and that's the size of it with my finger. And then you've got, these are absolutely amazing. I just can't get the focus though. Maybe if I change the light. There. Oh! I nearly had it then, didn't I? But yeah, these, I'm just so in love with these miniatures. They may need a little bit of reshaping, but look at this bad boy. This, I know this is a fire giant. And that sword is obviously begging to be painted with flame effect. So, and then I think this isn't going to go in. It is going to go. You see how they're boxed really nice, even though that doesn't go in flat because of this top layer. It's ingenious. And this, I believe, is the stone giant. And this is available on on Amazon for what you get. I think not an awful lot of money. Yeah, you take care, Peninsula. I don't feel I do feel sorry for you. I don't envy you working nights. So I'm going to show you two Kickstarters that I've backed. One that should be coming any day now. I've been given the postal tracking code for it. That wasn't what I meant to do. Screen share. I will get used to this one day. That wasn't what I meant to do either. Right, so this is some of you have seen this, but this is coming any day now. And this is Amazonian. Well, they say it's for fantasy football. Obviously, it's for Blood Bowl. But there you can see the size comparison. There's the blitzers and the line women, catchers, throwers, and this was unlocked. This got unlocked. They got unlocked. She got unlocked. This one didn't. And neither did the kicker. And it's a shame because I would have liked those. I didn't really have the funds to buy them. But I got the set that had this star player and this big guy. I think I got the coach, possibly the sorceress and the healer. I actually can't remember exactly what I did get now. Right, I chucked on some extras. 79. Right, I know I got the Amazon team, which is 8 line women, 2 catchers, 2 throwers, and 4 blitzers. Or did I get the? Oh, I can't remember. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Right, 8 line women, 2 catchers, 2 throwers, 4 blitzers. The big guy, the star player, the coach, the sorceress, and the healer. So I only got. I think there was 8. Yeah, there's 8 line women, both the catchers, both the throwers. I didn't get the cheerleaders. I wish I'd got the kicker actually. But you don't really need the kicker as much, I don't think. Anyway, so I've got those. They're coming any day now. These ones that are due in December. Can you tell me if you hear this? Did you actually hear that? Shall find out. Sorry, I'm just waiting for this to catch up. If no, you don't hear it. Okay, no worries. I won't show you the video then. Oh, let me just pause my replay. Right. So, yeah, it's just full of naughty words anyway. So the actual game costs $120. And you get I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 figures per tribe. There's 4 tribes. And then you get these bad guys, tyrant and mercenaries, and then you get various other tokens, and you get this tribe as well, and you get another tribe. Basically, I think you get something like 50 something miniatures. I think it does tell you how many miniatures you get. Right. Now, then for the extras, I put $100 worth on. You've got the Mother Prophecy, the tribe of whatever that is, the tribe of Umtel, and the tribe of Sarasa. And I didn't get any of the other add-ons because I could just see myself going, yeah, I like that, I like that, I like that, and I would just like had to get a mortgage. But you just get absolutely loads and loads with it, and then wait till you see the unlocked stretch goals. In fact, I'll just go to the beginning. Right, the campaign was to get $200,000, and they raised 1.4 million. Oh, hang on, my TV is. Sorry, I just got a message on my TV to say there's nothing happening. Do you want to shut down? So stretch goals. I mean, you can see just with um the main thing, it's and the optionals. There's loads, absolutely loads. Now these are coming for free because of the stretch goals. If I can find it. All right. Oh, there we go. Right, 51 highly detailed miniatures. And some other stuff. So 51 miniatures for $120. I think that's not too bad anyway. So I've gone for this level, $120 pledge level. Then you've got the optional buy. So I've got 4 of the optional buys. And here we go. Stretch goals. 3D plastic pillage tokens. There's 8 of those. And they're great for practicing to paint fire. I mean, I'm okay with fire, but they'd be great to practice with. Some cards there, 2 more figures, another figure, 20 plastic tokens that replaces the cardboard tokens, so they're all paintable, obviously. Spore Child, 2 more figures, another figure, 2 more figures, some resource tokens, 20 of those tokens, a mercenary figure and card, 2 more figures, 40 tokens to replace the cardboard, so more skulls to paint, an extra game board, another figure, some more counter base, a scenario dashboard, another figure, 4 interest, 3 interest, and 5 tracker plastic tokens replacing the cardboard tokens, more cards, 2 more figures, another figure, 2 more figures, more terrain pieces, another figure, 2 more figures, 100 extra tokens to help play 2 battles simultaneously, 2 more figures, another. It just goes on and on because this was such a successful Kickstarter that it just, I don't think they imagined that it was going to unlock this much. And I think, I'm not sure if I'm going to, I don't understand what unlocked by Chinese and retail pledges means. So I'm going to assume I didn't get that, but it would be awesome if I did. And this, I can't remember. I think they might have been, but even if I didn't, even if only got down to there, how much have I got for my money? So yeah, that's absolutely amazing. I was so yeah, tons of models. Well, obviously the stretch goals is what brings the price per model down. Um, I mean, obviously, but again, I've got the full game, and now that I'm more permanent in where I live, it's a game that I can take down to my local club and say to a couple of people, does anyone want to help me try and learn this game? And I might hate the game, but as I said earlier on, it's all about giving it a try. Right, so I think we're down to two viewers. It's 10 to. I at one point I said I was happy to go until 9, and it's now 9:51. So I'm going to call it a night now. Thank you all for watching. Again, I apologize for not streaming on Sunday. For the benefit of anyone that's watching this pre-recorded, don't forget my birthday. Be there or be square. I think it's going to be a fantastic night. Actually, I'm glad you made me open that box, because I might go for multiple smaller projects. Maybe I could paint that for my birthday, because I think I could finish many of those models within a 24-hour period, and don't think I would finish all of them. And I think every model that I start could be finished. So I wouldn't, I'd hate to sort of get to about 10 o'clock. Ah, oh, hello, Battleforce brothers. How are you? Well, this will all be re-recorded. Basically, to sum it up in a minute or two, channel growth is I'm happy with. A couple of unexpected surprises in that I've ended up accidentally actually helping someone via a Google Hangout, which is something that I never anticipated. Actually, one-on-one help. Channel growth good. Discussed all the things that are coming out this month. Had lots of fun. We've done some looking at a few little things. We've just actually had a little look at the Blood Rage, and we've had a look at a couple of oh, see, all my viewers are coming up now, aren't they? How are you, Dead Gamer? What's up, everyone? Hi. Yeah, we've had a couple look at the couple of Kickstarters that I've backed. I've got to ease off on them because it's so many good looking Kickstarters out there. It's so easy to spend all your money. But I've got a Blood Bowl Amazon team coming. Excuse me, quite literally any day now. I've got the tracking code, and they've told me the company that's doing the shipping, they ship to the United Kingdom within 2 to 7 working days, and it's been about 2 working days since they've delivered, since they posted. The Rage game. Oh, and it's by, what's it called? Come On, and I've seen their name mentioned a lot on a lot of games, so I'm expecting this to be good because all the others are good. When I say good, I'm talking about the quality. So Rage should be coming at the end of the year, and that's a hell of a long way away. But we've kind of established that they look fun. But the Kickstart was so successful, they gave away so many stretch goals. All right, it's 200 and it's come out about $250, which is about 200 quid for a game. But actually, there's so many goals unlocked. It's probably about 2 games, but there's about 120 miniatures, and then all the tokens, the cardboard tokens, have all been replaced with plastic tokens. That if I dedicated myself just to that game, that'd keep me going for weeks. Right, so anyone else jump in on the Terrain Crates Kickstarter by Mantic? This stuff is going to be amazing. Do you want to put a link in the chat, Dead Gamer? I will certainly give it a look. So, Terrain Crate Kickstarter. So is that like an asset box, loot box, but for terrain? Because I would have mixed emotions about that because I'm I'm not into terrain myself. I like the way that you've put "I think" in brackets at the end. Is that a case of I've told you it's going to be amazing, but just in case it's not amazing, I've covered myself. Jesus, can you see how messy my room is? Zoom in, zoom in. There you go. Yeah, so pop the link in, and we'll all have a look at it. So yeah, just to recap earlier on, May I shall be going over to 6 days a week content. I've got some part works lined up. Excuse me, the part works have been a bit of a savior for me because it's varied up. That could be interesting, yeah. What's obviously the painting, the projects are all about putting 5 hours a week in, which obviously I'm doing that on the streams. Then I've got the part works, which each part work is about half an hour effort per issue, but it varies things. So you're doing this, and then now for something completely different, and then you're doing something else. I wish this would stop zooming out. Is it because I'm moving? And I don't know how to. The camera's got like face follow, so it follows my face. It's the Logitech C920, which I'm guessing isn't as good a camera as the 930, but I've put it on top of the TV because of the face follow. So it's sorry, I'm watching the playback as well, which is delayed by about 20 seconds, and I'm seeing me going like that. Yeah, so it's really varied what I'm doing, and it's making everything more fun for me. And like I said before, someone asked a question. I talk with my hands. It's something I do. Um, I can't help it. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. It can be good. Um, excuse me. It's worse when I'm given directions and I get my left and the right muddled up, and I go, yeah, take a left, and they're like, well, which left? I'm like, yeah, that one. Um, I completely forgot what I was saying now. Yeah, someone asked me what model was the most enjoyable, and I honestly had to say all of them, because I'm now making this sort of semi-commitment to make videos and stream. I can't just sort of get halfway through now and go, that's it, I'm going to put it to one side and never touch it. So I've only completed about 15 models in the last 3 or 4 weeks, but it's more models. It's probably the most models I've finished in that time period than any other time in the last 3 weeks. Yeah, it's probably what it is. It's following my hand. So maybe I should do that. Camera over here. And done. There we go. So sorry, yeah, okay. This is what my channel is about. It's about me not taking life seriously. So yeah, I've now pushed out more models in a short space of time than I've ever done. So that has to be good, I would think. So although, like say, 14 of them are all on the same project. So what I've got 14 skeletons over 4 or 5 weeks. I've got yeah, and then I've completely mixed it up by doing something completely different. You can't put a web link in a chat apparently. Okay, so give me the title. Can you type the title of the Kickstarter? I'm pretty sure I can put because I have put a link in already. So maybe if I can search for it, let me right. I'm just gonna try a link out. See if I can post links. I'm guessing I can post links. Yeah. Ah, okay. So why can't so why does that link work? That's interesting. Ah, is it because really? I don't get this. Right, okay. Okay, well can you type the title of the project into Kickstarter and then we'll have a look at it. Is it terrain crate? If I do that, if I search terrain, where's my search bar gone? Terrain crate. What did we say it was? Mantic. What if I just search Mantic? Right, okay, we've got 20 results for Mantic. We have got Dreadball, Dreadball Extreme, Kings of War. Oh, hang on. Show me projects in more fillers. Go. Live projects. Right, there's nothing, unless I've done something wrong, there's nothing live for Mantic. Terrain crate. Okay, let me search that then. We'll get there. We will get there between us. Right, search. Here we go. Right. Terrain crate, plastic affordable fantasy terrain by I've lost it. By Mantic Games. Created by um is it still live? Oh, I think it's finished. Right, let's have a look. So screen share. There we go. Right, so we've got bring your RPGs, dungeon crawlers, and war games to life with our range of plastic pre-assembled 28mm fantasy scenery. Oh, it's now funded. Wow. So you get the 3 crate bundle at plus 60 quid. That looks all right. So, right, it's if you search terrain crate, go to kickstarter.com and then search terrain crate. Oh, I like that. That I like. The abandoned mine. Oh, look, love minis. We've got crystals. If anyone has bought the latest asset drop box. It comes with some purples and pinks to do crystals with. It suggests to do crystals, and here we have a Kickstarter that comes with crystals. Um, right, guys, I'm going to have to take a short break. I'm going to leave you looking at. I'll tell you what, there's not going to be any sound, but have a look at this video, and I'll be back in about 2 minutes. Oh, sorry, I forgot to take the mic off mute. Um, did you get the music, or was it just coincidence that you put elevator music? So, yeah, so that's all I can think of for now. I don't want to overdo this because it's going to start getting boring if I just going for the sake of going for it. Thank you all for watching. This will happen again now on the 5th of May, which is basically the first Saturday of the month. Is going to be channel update day, with a preview of what's coming the next month and a live Q&A. And obviously, as you can see here, it's just turned into a random chat with mates, which is basically, that's fine. I have no issues with that. So watch out for my Harley Davidson project, which starts tomorrow. The start of my projects on Monday. I'll be doing things with the asset drop boxes now rather than just unboxing them. Nothing happening on the Wednesday just yet, but there's a project starting on the 16th of May. You've probably already seen the contract, the preview. Thursdays, I've got two more Marvels to unbox, but the Marvels are now finishing. The Assassin's Creed is already finished. Obviously, I've already got the figures, so I'll still do the videos for them. Friday is going to continue with my Route Master. Saturday are my miscellaneous projects where I do the FS projects. I do the boosted signal, which is great fun to do, and then painting on a budget. There's only 4 weeks in this month, and there's only 4 weeks in May, so there'll be no channel giveaway. But I've got a channel giveaway on the go, where I want you to promote a channel with less than 100 subs in 100 seconds or less. So I've just catching the comments as I'm kind of trying to do a closing speech, but at the same time picking up on the comments. So Battlefords Brothers says cool. I'll make sure I don't miss it. Thank you very much. Next Sunday, sorry, because the Harley Davidson is going to run fortnightly, and in between those fortnights is going to be my new Route Master project. And my homework for the next month is to look into getting a bus which can then be converted to some kind of Orc battle wagon. That should be great fun if we can make it work. And did I miss anything? Don't right. Dead Gamers put you rock Penny. Thank you very much for that. Sorry I caught today's stream late. Absolutely no problems. I planned this very late. I think I ended up doing it with like an hour's notice. I was going to put something in Facebook last night to say, oh, tomorrow. But obviously, we all work on different time zones. So if you can't make it on the day, that's absolutely fine. And and here's the thing, right? Last month, I did this channel update, and I think I had about 2 viewers. Um, I've now been streaming for what, just over 2 hours, and I'm finishing the stream with four people watching. That is a 100% increase month on month. So something's working. So I'm really happy. Um, so yeah, everybody got noticed late because I only posted the well, I didn't even advertise it. See, that's another thing. I didn't advertise this. I just went into YouTube, schedule new event, start at 8 p.m. Bang. And I sat here for an hour fiddling around with little bits. And then at 8 o'clock, I went live, no advertising. So honestly, if you can't make it, next month I'll be a little bit more organized. So yeah, that's it, guys. I'm going to wind this up now. Thank you very much for watching. Obviously, this will be on YouTube. I don't think the chat stays on YouTube. So you might not see the chat. This is why I've tried to read the comments out and respond to them. Oh, and we're also going to look into doing a live build session. This is more for my Rootmaster fans. However, excuse me, it doesn't have to necessarily stop at Rootmaster. Perhaps we could get a simple model, maybe some skeletons, and then we can pre-plan the event, say a month in advance, so everybody can go out and buy their own skeletons, and then maybe we can do a group build. Maybe that'd be a nice Sunday afternoon project, and then as we do projects, we can pre-plan them. Not necessarily anything heavy like Varangard or Scarbrand or Nagash. Something nice and simple, maybe rank and file type troops. And we can perhaps look at doing that as a group build. And then because we'll all be in a hangout, we can all see each other's builds at any point that we want to see. So that could be fun, doing a group build. I see a lot of forums, like, say, for example, Scale Models, and then they often do like a group build, and it'd be really good. And obviously, we have, yeah, hobby hangouts where others can jump on and chat up. Yeah, and they can come and go as they please. So if we pre-plan that, so that's 3 ideas that we've got there. 3 ideas, 2 ideas, three. I don't know. I'll tell you what. I'm going to write that down. So we've got an Orc Bus Wagon, group build, and I'm probably going to have to play it. You know, I can't remember what I was saying now. So we've got the Orc Bus Wagon to look into, the group build, and I'll put skeletons, question mark. And do you know what? If we can get the miniatures paintbrush in, the miniatures paintbrush, you can, any dead space will be filled. And he'll talk about something, and he can talk about paint drying, and it will become the most fascinating subject. Yeah, that would be awesome. So oh, I think it was group build, wasn't it, that I'm going to look into. So, right, lovely. So I'm going to end the stream there. Thank you so much for watching. I've just about got enough time to get to bed and have a good night's sleep for tomorrow. And I've got a few videos already, but obviously I'm still making the videos. And if I don't talk to you live before then, I will talk to you live again on the 5th of May. Thank you ever so much for supporting the channel. And I will add my link to, I'm blatant advertising here. I'm going to add my link to my Twitch channel. So obviously I can talk more about it next month, but I've got my live 24-hour live stream coming up on the 13th of May. There'll be giveaways. There'll be games to play on the day. It's just basically going to be, sorry, I just vanity there. It's basically going to be, I'm hoping, a big birthday party. And if anyone comes out of that miserable, I want to know why. Okay, guys. So take care. Thank you for stopping by. Bye bye.